Songkeeper, the sea wind, a constant lament against the crumbling facades of Port Echo, carried more than just salt spray. To those who listened closely, like Elara, it carried whispers of ancient spirits, echoes of forgotten joys and sorrows, the city's spectral symphony. Elara, a wisp of a girl swallowed by oversized sweaters and the dusty quiet of the Grand Reliquary, spent her days cataloging these ethereal melodies, pressing them into delicate, crystalline discs. Her only companion was the faint hum of her antique recording equipment, its needles dancing to the ghostly music. One blustery afternoon, a particularly poignant melody, imbued with the sharp tang of grief and the sweet scent of lilies, drifted through her open window. As Elara captured it, a strange resonance vibrated through her, a warmth spreading from her fingertips. Tentatively, she played it back. The air shimmered, and for a fleeting moment, a faint, translucent image of her mother, her face etched with a familiar, gentle smile, materialized before her. A gasp escaped Elara's lips, and the vision, like sea foam, dissolved. It wasn't just a memory. It was a feeling, a deep ache in her chest that somehow, miraculously, felt a little less raw. The melody hadn't just reminded her of her mother. It had soothed the wound of her absence. News of Elara's ability, however subtle, had a way of rippling through Port Echo's shadowed undercurrents. The Harmonia Concord, a powerful, clandestine organization that controlled the city's flow of both information and influence, soon took notice. They saw not a healer, but a weapon. Their ruthless leader, Archon Valerius, envisioned an army powered by ancient songs, capable of manipulating emotions and conquering minds. A week later, while Elara was tracing the fading echo of a child's laughter through the labyrinthine market, two stern-faced Concord enforcers in obsidian cloaks approached her. Their polite invitations to discuss her unique talents quickly turned into thinly veiled threats. Elara, her heart hammering like a drum, fled into the winding alleyways, the city's spectral cacophony her only guide. She found unexpected refuge in a cluttered, aromatic workshop, the air thick with the scent of sawdust and polished wood. Ronan, a rogue instrument maker with a mischievous glint in his eye and hands calloused from years of coaxing sound from raw materials, was meticulously carving a lute. He'd heard the city's whispers of the Songkeeper, and his own history with the Concord, a disagreement over their exploitative practices, made him a natural ally. He saw the beauty and potential in Elara's gift, not its destructive power. "They want to weaponize what should be cherished," Ronan said, his voice a low rumble as he offered Elara a steaming mug of spiced tea. "But sound, little Songkeeper, is more than just a tool. It's a language, a memory, a heart." He began teaching her to weave melodies, to layer them, to understand the nuanced tapestry of sound. He showed her how to draw not just single notes, but entire chords of emotion from the air, shaping them into intricate harmonies. Their lessons were cut short when a frantic, out-of-breath man burst into Ronan's workshop. It was Jorin, a disgraced conductor, his once sharp uniform now threadbare, his face etched with worry. The Concord had captured his protege, a young flautist, believing Jorin had been helping Elara. Jorin, whose own reputation had been shattered by Concord machinations, saw a chance for redemption, a way to fight back against the oppressive silence the Concord sought to impose. His knowledge of musical structure and emotional resonance proved invaluable. Together, the three became an unlikely trio, the shy archivist learning to compose, the rogue artisan building instruments that could capture and amplify, and the disgraced conductor guiding their harmonies with precision and passion. They practiced in secret, deep within the catacombs beneath Port Echo, where the stone walls muffled their experiments. Elara's compositions grew more complex, more potent. She learned to craft shimmering melodies that could mend physical wounds, harmonies that could soothe restless spirits into peaceful slumber, and resonant chords that could gently guide forgotten memories back to the surface. Their efforts came to a head when the Concord launched a full-scale assault on Port Echo, using their own twisted sound machines to broadcast dissonant, fear-inducing frequencies, causing widespread panic and disorientation. The city was plunged into chaos, its vibrant, ancient melodies drowned out by the grating noise. Elara knew she had a choice. Among her collection of sound discs lay the most dangerous melody, the one that resonated with the raw, potent grief of the city's founding, a song so powerful it was said to materialize the past itself. With it, she could bring back her mother, but at what cost? To bind the city forever to its sorrows, to prevent its people from truly moving forward? As Concord enforcers swarmed through the streets, Jorin conducted a makeshift orchestra of Port Echo's citizens, playing instruments crafted by Ronan, their music a defiant counterpoint to the Concord's cacophony. Elara, standing atop the tallest spire of the Grand Reliquary, held the disc of her mother's song. The wind whipped around her, carrying both the cries of the city and the spectral melodies of its past. She closed her eyes, and a different melody, one she had painstakingly composed, began to form in her mind. It wasn't a song of resurrection, but of release. A harmony that wove together the city's ancient whispers with the vibrant, hopeful pulse of its living heart. It was a melody of letting go, of remembering with love, but moving forward with courage. With a deep breath, Elara amplified her composition through a magnificent, newly crafted instrument from Ronan, a resonating crystal harp that glowed with an ethereal light. The sound surged through Port Echo, a wave of shimmering, healing energy. It washed over the Concord's dissonant frequencies, neutralizing their power, replacing fear with a profound sense of peace and clarity. The spectral memories, once clinging to the city like moss, began to gently drift away, not vanishing, but integrating, becoming part of the city's rich tapestry without binding it. The people, their minds cleared, rose up, no longer afraid. Archon Valerius, his face contorted in disbelief, found his own amplified sound weapon turning against him, its chaotic energy dissolving into Elara's harmonious counterpoint. The Harmonia Concord's hold on Port Echo crumbled as its members, disoriented and disarmed, scattered. In the aftermath, Port Echo began to heal, not just from the Concord's attack, but from generations of clinging to a sorrowful past. Elara, no longer a quiet archivist, became the city's courageous composer. She didn't bring back her mother, but she honored her memory by ensuring the living could truly live. She continued to record the city's ethereal melodies, but now, with Ronan and Jorin by her side, she taught others to compose their own, weaving new harmonies of hope and resilience into Port Echo's ever-evolving song. The wind still carried whispers of ancient spirits, but now, among them, were the vibrant, living melodies of a future reshaped by sound.